with KSIDC and KFC. Now, I would like to introduce the speakers for today's session. Mr. K. Aravindakshan, who is the Chief Financial Officer at KSIDC. Mr. Ranjit Kumar ER, who is the General Manager at KFC. Mrs. Surya Thangamas is a Manager at KSUM, handling innovation, financing, and procurement. The session will be of 1 hour duration, and it will be followed by a Q&A session. Those who would like to ask any questions directly, please use the raise hands sessions during the Q&A. And you may also type your questions at the Q&A window. Now, I would like to invite Aravindakshan sir for sharing more information about the financing facilities from KSIDC for startups. Please, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Jinesh. Thank you for the initiative by Kerala Startup Mission for the awareness campaign to startups to understand the various schemes and funding options offered by KSIDC, KFC, and Startup Mission. That was really worthy initiative. I will make a small presentation. Along the side, I will speak on that. I think you are. I know the sharing screen permission is there, no?
Yes, you can share it from here.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I will. I can see the screen.
Sir, kindly change into presentation mode, sir.
That was a try.
It's in the.
Yes. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. So I will speak about the Kerala startup ecosystem and role of KSIDC. I myself, Aravindakshan. By profession, I am a cost management accountant. I'm the Chief Financial Officer in KSIDC. Just few words about my organization, KSIDC. We established in 1961. It's 100% owned by Government of Kerala. It is under the Industries Department. It's a public financial institution within the meaning of Companies Act. Ours is a regulated entity. It's a non-banking financial company, systemically important non-banking financial company. It's actually an investment and industrial promotional arm of the state government. We cater into small, medium, and large enterprises. Usually, we used to do medium and large. Now, consequent to the changes in the SME definition, now even small is coming under our purview. So we see we have the three major role, that is investment promotion and investment facilitation. You can see the Invest Kerala portal, the Kerala single window interface for fast and transparent clearances. This is an online clearance portal, single window that's being managed by KSIDC. KSIDC into infrastructure development. We have various industrial growth centers across the state. We have industrial parks in various locations. And the NBFC activities, the industrial finance. We give loans, equity to small and medium enterprises. We have specialized schemes like the CMs, special assistance, soft loans. Those startups who are already into the revenue stream, they can approach KSIDC for special schemes where the interest rate is 5 to 7%. So this is just to make clarity on KSIDC's role. So now looking into startup, we have a separate division for startup as part of our financing activities. If you see the Department of Industry and Internal Trade, they have defined as a startup. If you see any company, partnership firm or limited liability partnership in India, that is from the date of incorporation up to 10 years, it will be a startup. So basically working towards innovation, development or improvement of products or process services. This is what they are looking at. And you should have a scalable business model with high employment generation, wealth creation. So the moment you cross 100 crore, you are no longer a startup. These are basic definition of a startup. Any institution of the state government institution, we look at it whether the startup is coming under this category. If you see the ecosystem, the key stakeholders, we have the entrepreneurs, of course, they are the core to the startup system. And you have the investors, maybe angel investors or maybe friends and relatives trusted on the entrepreneur, they make the investment. And we have the agencies, Kerala Startup Mission, KSIDC, KFC. You have the support from the institutions. And the entrepreneurs, if you see that every college, engineering college, we do have the innovation and entrepreneurship development cells. So the engineering graduates, by the time they graduate, if they're interested in setting up startups, they move to entrepreneurs. They have been trained in the IEDCs so that they know what it is in a startup ecosystem, how they can develop a product or a process. So the government agencies provides incubators, even Startup Mission and in Info Park as well as in several locations we have incubators. KSIDC has also incubators, and we have the Maker Village where where the prototyping is possible. You have the latest Fab Lab is there. So the startup ecosystem is Kerala is evolved over a period of time, and you have a lot of facilities right now. About KSIDC, it all started in 2014. Till that time, KSIDC was into conventional financing. So we conducted Young Entrepreneur Summit. That was in 2014. Since then, we are in this way. We do provide seed fund assistance. We have the incubation facility. We provide mentoring support. And last year, we have introduced another scheme that is scaled up. Those who have already crossed the seed fund stage, we are now giving scale up support. This has been now brought under the single scheme that is called Innovation Acceleration Scheme. Now the seed fund, scale up, incubation, mentoring, all that support is coming under a single scheme. The state government, we use state government plan funds for startup initiatives. Current year we have 1100 lakhs. 11,100 lakhs, and the next year we 1,500 lakhs we propose in the next year. If you see the seed fund assistance scheme, eligibility basically it's a private limited company registered in Kerala. As mentioned, this has to be technologically innovative, commercially viable with a high scalability. That is what we are looking at as an eligibility criteria. We can give up to 90% of project cost. An entrepreneur needs to bring in only 10%. It's a kind of a soft loan for 1 year. This is to meet the initial requirements of the venture. We link the interest rate to bank rate. We lent it 4.25%. It is again simple interest. Generally, it is given for 1 year, and this can be also converted in equity, but since it is in the face value, we don't get much of offers for conversion cost, but we are happy with when the money get back, we can give up to 3 years, you can repay the loan at that 4.25% interest. And scale up also, those who have completed the seed stage, they are in the market, they are started the revenue generation. We can give up to 50 lakhs. It's purely a loan. This is basically to meet the requirements in the growth stages. So this is, but interest rate will be 8.75. This is our base rate. It will be simple interest. This is collateral free. Basically, what we are looking at the first charge on the assets of the company. So repayment can happen after 1 month, 1 year moratorium will be there, and it can be paid in 24 monthly installments. It's a simple scheme. Actually, this was originally envisaged for those who have availed seed fund from KSIDC. Now we are proposing to change the criteria into whether it is seed funded by Startup Mission or any other government agencies. Some of these startups do get funding from other government organizations, even Government of India. So therefore, anybody completed the seed fund stage and getting into the next scale, they can approach a KSIDC. We are expanding the eligibility criteria. So the process involved, you can submit the application. If you see in the ksidc.org website, there is one tab, services. You can see the loan application, that is but conventional loan application, but you will have to go to the services side. There you have a tab for startups. There you can read about the scheme, eligibility criteria. You have a standard application format, which you can fill up and give it to our office at Kochi. So our startup cell function from Kochi office. We do a preliminary evaluation by our officers, and then it going to an internal committee of officers. Earlier it was a board, subcommittee of the board, and now this has been made to an internal committee of officers to expedite the process, because we faced a lot of issues with regarding to convening the meeting of board subcommittees. Earlier it used to chair by our honorable chairman. So now I've been put into the internal committee. So now we can have the meeting as and when we have sufficient applications. And then it goes to internal approvals, generally by managing director, and then the sanction letter is issued. So this is the process involved. This is a slide which I want to talk at length. And I don't have too many slides, only few. If you see, I've been sitting in KSIDC's evaluation committees and the startup, Kerala Startup Mission also. I'm a panel member. Many know the startup, those who are participants now, they might have seen me in the Startup Mission also. So one thing which they come for pitching. One thing is there is no standardized kind of a thing. People will talk about so many things other than what is required to be assessed by the committee. We don't need a beautiful presentation by you. We are not looking at so many pictures added by you. What we need a simple presentation, or if you can just speak about within one slide on these points. And not only in KSIDC, wherever you go for a pitching, see the people are there to evaluate you, just to catch the idea, and they want to make it their decision. This is what we are looking at. So mainly, the first is speak about what is the innovation. So the moment startup, it is not that we are just giving the fund to some kind of a business. It is basically an innovation or an idea. Either you offer it as a product or it was a service, because now we see a lot of technology companies coming to us offering services. If you see on a general, the products categories are very limited. Most of the time, the services offerings are on high. And we look at it, what is the kind of technology or the scientifically proven concept involved? So that has to come from the entrepreneur or the startup person. So this is what we really look at it. This is the first and second point is, unless we are convinced about this innovation part and how the technology used to innovate the product or the process or the service, any improvement, as you have seen the definition of the startup. So anything, any product, any improvisation in the existing services, delivery channels, anything, integrating platforms, aggregating platforms, anything. But you have to tell us what is your idea, what is that your innovation. So we look at it more of that and how the technology is deployed. We are not looking at hard labor involved in those aspects. We look at the technology. And we then you talk about the entrepreneur, your experience or why you are into this. And even if you don't have an experience right from your college days, we are enthusiastic about that also. But you have to tell us why are you, instead of taking up a job, you are becoming a startup entrepreneur. So we are looking at your passion to do this business. So that is very important. And many times we see an entrepreneur just come and the entrepreneur is the chief technical, chief operating, everything is the person, he's the managing director. Of course, when you start a company, the entrepreneur will be everything, but no, you need a core team behind the project. It is not the entrepreneur alone. So how best you are evolving a team to implement that idea. Maybe they may not be in you right now, you are in roles on employment, but you can tell us what is that you are looking at, how you are going to recruit your core team, what is the competency you are looking at. So these are basically we are looking at from your entrepreneur side. And then we see the addressable market. So many people just forget about to tell us what the kind of the market exists. Is it a substitute? Are they really improving some processes? They have to tell us the market and how they are going to the market and their strategies. So we are looking at how much the entrepreneur understood about the market, and then their thinking going to the market. And the next part will come. The development cost. You have to have a, generally people just say some figures without any basic understanding. I've seen website development, app development here and there without any rational, and we know that in and out what are the costs involved. So you have to do some homework and tell us what is the development cost, how much it is required for a prototyping, what's your monthly burns for in your salary, your overheads. Those things we are interested till such time the company from the seed fund to your revenue stream, you have to incur expenditure. So we look at it whether this money will be sufficient to implement the project. And then you tell us what is your revenue model? Are you going to straight away to the market, or are you looking at the secondary kind of revenue? Some of people will come and say it is free. The product or service is free, we do get advertisement here and there, and then we collect the data and sell to somebody. So tell us what is your the major revenue model and what sort of pricing you are looking at. So this is all very important to look at it, whether the unit or the startup can break even within a reasonable time. We are not looking at any startup means they need to incur. And then on the moment the revenue started, in a very short period, they should be able to break even. And then we look at it, the business scalability. Basically any investor from, they will be looking at how fast this can be scaled up into other geographical locations. Somebody you may be starting in Kerala, and if it is successful model, you can replicate in South India, you can go pan-India, you can global. So it's on when you get more money, when there you can talk to private equity or maybe venture capital funds on the scalability. Maybe you will be getting additional funding from KSADC or any other state funded agencies for maybe a small amount, because we do give only a 50 lakhs for a scalable that is initial expenditure, but that may not be sufficient for a startup to scale up or into high growth trajectory. So therefore, you have to tell us what is your plans for scaling your business into next level. So this is our basically what we look at it. And those who are listening to us now, please take note of this slide and be very clear about when you pitch to whether the startup mission or to KSADC or to KFC or any other institution, be very specific and use, minimize your time involved in pitching, very clear about your pitching. So these are what we are looking at. If you are successfully communicate these aspects, your startup will get sanctioned. So that is what my feeling. This is for maybe last 7 years, I have been involving with thousands of entrepreneurs with various forums as an evaluator, as well as many forums. We have been interacting with the startup entrepreneurs. And what makes a successful entrepreneur, a startup from others are not, basically how best they are conveying their idea. So these are the few successful startups by KSADC over a period of time. And we see just like Vertel Technologies, we are looking at a unicorn opportunity. This is basically articulating a kind of a startup grown into different level. And we see that the Jackfruit 365 also expanded substantially. Sukino and the Navavolt is one where we have again scale of funding we have given. So this we are looking at finally. Our satisfaction is that when you grow and reach heights, that is why any government agency, any government will be happy about that. So thank you for the opportunity. So anybody interested in KSRDC schemes, please be in touch with our Kochi office. Please take note of the numbers. You can have the details from ksrdc.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really an informative session. And the participants, we will answer the questions parallelly or at the end of this workshop. Now we can move on to the next session of today's workshop. For that, I would like to invite Ranjit sir to discuss the support offered by KFC.
Good morning to all participants, my fellow panelists and officials of KSUM, and thank you for inviting me. It gives us a chance to present our schemes, which are relatively new. So shall I share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay, Jinesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'll briefly touch upon about KFC. We are established in 1953 before the formation of our state as Travancore Cochin State Financial Corporation. And in 1956, we renamed it as Kerala Financial Corporation. It is one of the few continuously profit-making SFCs in the country. And we have assisted from the formation around 65,000 units so far. Our portfolio size as on 31st March 2021 is 4,621 crores. And these are the general schemes for lending. So even though our audience is mainly startups, they might be into other schemes also. So I have just listed the schemes. For those wondering what is LOC, it is line of credit. That will come to later. Okay. So startup loan schemes, we are a comparatively late entrant into startup loan schemes, specific schemes for startup. We introduced such schemes in the past financial year. We introduced 3 schemes, and this year we have introduced another scheme which is much more liberal, and rate of interest is also lower. So eligibility for our startup loan schemes is in this slide. The startup may be involved in manufacturing, service, or IT-enabled services activities. The startup should be registered with KSUM and should have the registered office as well as main operations in the state. Shareholding by Indian promoters should be at least 51%. As Aravindakshan sir told, that project or the product should be technology oriented and should have some sort of innovation in the process or the product. The proposal should be viable and should be market fitting. That is an subjective thing that will be decided by the committee that I'll come to later. The business model should be scalable with high potential of employment generation or wealth generation. Okay, so the schemes which we presently have exclusive for startups are as follows. The scheme for financing working capital requirement of startups for executing purchase orders is a very useful scheme, since many of the startups in Kerala might be having firm purchase orders from government institutions, PSUs, or private agencies. but they will be requiring working capital for executing purchase orders. Generally, we see banks are hesitant in financing startups due to various reasons. So this scheme we have introduced in the past financial year. Another scheme is venture debt fund for startups. Third one is seed loan assistance for startups for developing socially relevant products. This scheme has lost its relevance since we introduced another scheme, Startup Kerala comprehensive scheme for funding startups. So I'll go through each scheme. Startup Kerala, this is the scheme which we introduced in the current financial year, and so far we have sanctioned around 19 loans. We started sanctioning in September, and we have sanctioned 19 loans amounting to 24.5 crores during the past 2.5-3 months. And the loans can be, the requirement can be as a term loan, working capital loan, or a composite loan, a term loan and working capital. So the eligibility is up to 90% of the project cost. And the most attractive thing about this loan is the interest rate. The interest rate which we charge is 5.6. The net interest rate is 5.6%. 3%. The rate is 10%, out of which 3% interest subvention is provided by Government of Kerala, and 2% KFC or the corporation itself is giving us a rebate for prompt repayment. So the rate is 5, and the 0.6% is for startup guarantee scheme. Government of Kerala has introduced a scheme wherein they guarantee the loan in lieu of a startup guarantee fee. So that makes the net interest rate 5.6%. The maximum repayment period is 60 months, and maximum moratorium is 12 months. And this scheme has 3 sub-schemes. I'll look the next slide. Yes. The productization scheme means you have an idea, and that idea should have, that the final product should have a potential market for the product. That will be, that is the main thing we are looking in this productization scheme. The entity should have a clear sales plan, and our assistance will be limited, maximum 25 lakhs. There will be a selection cum sanction committee, which is headed by our chairman and managing director, another 2 directors, plus 1 expert, subject expert, and member from Kerala Startup Mission. My fellow panelist usually attends the meeting. And the next sub-scheme is commercialization. The product is ready and you have started selling the product, but you want funds for commercializing the product. So what we are looking is the product should be marketable within the next 1 year, and they should have a clear sales plan and should generate income within the next year. Our assistance will be maximum 50 lakh, and the decision will be by the same committee. For all startup loans, the decision will be by the selection and sanctioning committee I mentioned earlier. Next sub-scheme under Startup Kerala is scaling up. After commercialization, you have started earning income, but you want to scale up your operations, for which we are providing loans up to rupees 1 crore. And one thing I forgot to tell you, for this scheme, we are not insisting for any collateral. The entity should have a clear sales plan and should generate cash within the next year. So our maximum finance will be 1 crore. What we are looking at is, as Aravindakshan sir pointed out, the entrepreneur should have a clear idea as to how you are planning to sell, how you are going to market the product. And we are not looking at collateral as a what you can say as a security. We are only looking at the project. And to give you confidence, I am telling you, we have sanctioned already sanctioned 19 loans amounting to 24.49 crores within the past 2.5 months. So any startup applying will be conducted from KFC and will be placed to the any startup who meets basic eligibility would be called for presentation. Okay. The next two schemes we had introduced last financial year, and the first scheme is working capital finance for executing purchase orders. The startup should have received purchase orders from maybe government, PSU, private sector. But if the order is from a private sector entity outside Kerala, we would take a due diligence report from Dun & Bradstreet or Mira Inform. That would be there. But if it is from a government agency inside Kerala or a famous PSU like BHEL, BEL, etc., we can waive that condition. For this loan, the rate of interest is 7.60%. The actual rate is 9%, out of which 2% interest subvention is provided by Kerala Startup Mission. And that 0.6% is for the Startup Guarantee Fund provided by the government of Kerala. It is a guarantee fee. So this working capital finance for executing purchase orders, this is sanctioned as a line of credit valid for 2 years and which can be rolled over. For under the line of credit, suppose you are sanctioned the line of credit of say 2 crores and the current purchase order, as per the current purchase order, you are taking a loan of 1 crore. So that 1 crore will have to be repaid within 1 year and 6 months. 1 year is for executing the purchase order, 1 year time from the first disbursement, and another 6 months for the payment to be received. So within the line of credit, you can have any number of loans, provided that doesn't exceed the upper limit, the line of credit sanction. And this rollover facility can be used if your repayment is okay and you are having further orders. This line of credit can be rolled over. The upper loan limit is 10 crore. Under the scheme, the upper loan limit is 10 crore. And another important point is maximum 80% of that purchase order can be funded. The next scheme is venture debt funding scheme. This scheme is eligible only for entities that have undergone due diligence by a SEBI accredited venture capital fund or alternative investment fund. So for such entities, we can provide loan up to 10 crore, for which repayment period, maximum repayment period is 60 months with 24 months moratorium. We are proud to say that we have supported Gen Robotics, which you might be knowing, by their product Bandicoot, which has become very famous, and we are the first funding agency to help them. And I'll be taking questions during the question answer session. And how to apply? You have to log in. You have to apply online only. There is no physical application. Visit kfc.org. In the right bottom corner, there is an apply online screen, and there you have to click on customer registration. You will be asked your name, email ID, and mobile number. You will get an OTP, and then you have to enter the details. You have to select startup loans. There will be three options: general schemes, startup schemes, and CMEDP, Chief Minister's Entrepreneurship Development Program. You have to select startup scheme, and then you have to enter the details. For applicants whose offices are located in the southern part of Kerala, means Trivandrum, Kollam, Pathanamthitta, Alappuzha, Kottayam, and Idukki district, you please note down the details of the officer who is looking after your loans, your applications. His name is Harish. His phone number and email ID I have mentioned. After applying, you can contact him. Generally, the person will be contacting you within 2 working days. If no contact has been made, after 2 days, you can contact the person mentioned. For others, you can contact Mr. Vijish. His phone number and email ID I have mentioned. They will be reporting directly to me. Vijish is located, means is in Ernakulam, and Harish is at head office. They are both reporting to me. That has been done to streamline the application process. You don't have to go to a branch and talk to the branch officials. You can directly contact these persons, and after sanction only you will be your sanction will be sent to the office which is convenient to you for executing loan documents. Okay, and I'll take your questions in the question answer session. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a detailed discussion, sir. Now, I would like to invite Surya ma'am for a session about KSUM support schemes to the startups. I'll send it from here.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Aravindakshan sir and Ranjit sir, for having such a detailed session on your schemes. Good morning, my dear startup founders. I hope that you had a lot of information in the previous 2 sessions. So my name is Surya. I am heading the Startup Innovations and Financing in Stella Startup Mission. So I mainly deal with schemes like innovation grants, loans, rents, subsidies, etc. So I would request you request 10 minutes for my presentation. I would request all the startups to keep note of all the schemes that we discussed in today's session. So Jinesh, could you please share the presentation?
1 second, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am. Just a technical error.
So I will start with my deliberations first. So what Startup Mission is doing for the Kerala startups in Kerala? First, Aravindakshan sir has already explained what is a startup defined by Startup India. So Kerala Startup Mission is also following the same definition that the startup should be ideally less than 10 years and should have a turnover only up to 100 crore. We primarily support those startups who are registered in Kerala and operational in Kerala. However, we encourage other startups from other states to come to Kerala and start their operation in our state. So about the funding programs, ideally Startup Mission supports startups through grants, loans, subsidies, and reimbursement. Dinesh, could you please take the next slide? So these are previous slide. So these are the 4 kinds of support that Startup Mission offer to our Kerala startups. One is the grants, other is the loans, then the fund of funds schemes, startup reimbursement, and subsidies. So next slide, please. So about the innovation grant program, almost all the startups across Kerala know about what is an innovation grant. So we support startup from ideation stage to the scaling up stage. So if a startup is having an innovative idea, Dinesh, could you please take the next slide? If a startup is having a innovative idea and they would like to build up their prototype or work on their product, we will give them an idea grant of about 2 lakhs. And also for prioritization grant, we will support a startup with 7 lakhs rupees. And for scaling up grant, we support the startup with 12 lakhs rupees. Except for the idea grant, the prioritization grant and scaling up grant are offered to startups who are registered with ROC, MCA as either as private limited, LLP, or one-person company. It is not mandatory for the idea grant applications to have an legal entity while applying, but before releasing the grant, innovation grant for a startup, they have to be registered either as a private limited, LLP, or OPC. That's about the innovation grant program. So another innovation grant that we are introducing now is the research and development grant. So we are planning to call on the application for R&D grant in December or the early January. For idea grant, prioritization grant, and scaling up grant, we have closed the application last month, and currently the scrutinizing are in progress. So about the R&D grant, the R&D grant is given to startups for who are into technical product development or prototype development or in the stages of an IP. I will talk about it detail in the coming slides. So the R&D grant is up to 30 lakhs rupees. So another support, the loan support, we are having 3 kinds of loan that we are supporting. One is like Government of Kerala's Entrepreneur Support Scheme. It's primary. We are giving only a small amount like 15 lakhs, unlike KSIDC and KFC. This is particularly for startups who are doing product development and scaling up. So if you are a startup and have started generating your revenue, you can apply for the seed loan scheme of Startup Mission. So another seed loan is given by Government of India by DST and TDB that we are providing it with 25 lakhs. The difference between the seed loan Kerala and seed loan Government of India is that one difference is the amount, the total amount, the 15 lakhs and the 25 lakhs. For the both loans, we are having a moratorium period of about 12 months. And the repayment period is about 36 months. So if a startup is applying for a loan, he will be given 12 months as moratorium, during when he has to pay only the interest rates to Startup Mission. The interest rate currently we charge is 6% per annum. And the total principal should be repaid in 36 months. In the case of DST loans, the moratorium period, especially for the TDP loan, the moratorium period is 18 months apart from the 12 months, and it will be given to hardware or electronic startups. So another scheme by Kerala Startup Mission for the early funding schemes like the equity funding. We have already onboarded SEBI accredited funds with us. And so if any of the startups are interested to make use of the facility, you can enroll for our Fund of Investor Cafe program. Fund of Fund scheme is mainly for the VCs and angels, but Investor Cafe and VC fundraising program is for the startup. I will talk about in detail. So next slide, please. So another schemes is like patent reimbursement support. So we have seen many of the startups are coming, especially in IT, IoT, electronics, hardware, robotics, manufacturing, biotechnology, healthcare, etc. have started registered so many patents this year and last year. So it's the IPs among the startups are getting increased and increased every year. So we are targeting or we are supporting the startup entrepreneurs by providing them with patent reimbursement cost of rupees 2 lakhs for national patent and rupees 10 lakhs for international patent. So if a startup wants to apply for a patent, we will bear their filing cost, prosecution cost, and granting cost. However, we doesn't cover the renewing cost. So this cost is you can charge it for government charges as well as IP lawyers. The IP consultants are very costly, so you can apply for this scheme through us. So the startup is eligible to have up to 2 lakhs for national patent and up to 10 lakhs for international patent. The international patent covers the WIPO, USPTO, European, and with Gulf countries or many others. So we don't mind in which country you file, but you can apply for us and get it reimbursed from us. And this scheme is for rent subsidy scheme. This scheme is majorly for scaling up startups. They should have at least 10 employees in their office, and they should be located in government-owned parks like Technopark, Infopark, or Kinfra Park, etc. So if a startup is this will help the scale-up startups to cover up a few amount of subsidies by KSUF. So another scheme is like we are having a strong tie-up with SC Development Department, and we are supporting the SCSC startups. So if you are a SCSC startup, you can apply to us, and you will be eligible. You can avail a seed loan of about 10 lakhs. So what is the significance of this scheme is that there is no interest involved. All other, like you will be having a moratorium of 12 months and you have to repay it in 36 months, but you won't be having any of the interest component. So this is what is called SEDD scheme. The KFC interest subvention scheme has been already detailed by Ranjit sir. So we are partnering with them by a interest subvention of about 2%. So if any of the startups is having a purchase order, valid purchase order, or if you are looking for a bridge fund for before raising a VC or angel fund, or if you are having a UNIDO or SDGs, UNDP's SDG goals and all, you can apply for that. For all schemes, we are directly tying with KFC and indirectly supporting you by providing 2% of the interest of your loan to KFC. So another scheme that we recently launched is like Nidhi Prayas grant, government grant. This is primarily for the hardware startups, and you are this is a purely grant scheme, and any of the hardware or electronic startups can apply for this, and we'll be opening up our application in January. So next slide. So this is especially for women startup. I'm so happy to see a few women entrepreneurs joining this session. So I would request all the women entrepreneurs to apply for this scheme and also disseminate this scheme to your fellow entrepreneurs. So we have got a specific women grant for ideation and productization, for which we have called the application last month. So right now we are having scrutiny going on, and it will be the final pitch of the women grant will be done during the women summit during December 15 and 16. So this is mainly you will be eligible for a total grant of 5 lakhs, and it's specifically for ideation and productization stage. It is not necessary that the women should have a 100% product thing, because we could see that there is only less than 12% of the Kerala Startup Mission is having a women startup, and less than 50% of the 12% is having products, technology products. So we are encouraging more women who is either having a IT or technology enabled services and also product startups to apply for this women grant. So another grant for women is the R&D grant that will be opening up the applications in December. This is for the women startups who are doing into biotechnologies, healthcare, medtech, or electronics or hardware, so much highly sector oriented startups. So for the women startup, it's mandatory that the 50% of the share should be with the women only. And there should be, we will encourage the women startup to have more women entrepreneurs also. So, and it should be operational Kerala itself. And truly speaking, we don't encourage or prefer the paper companies that we see a trend with the startup ecosystem in Kerala, but we would really encourage the women entrepreneurs to come forward, be active in the director board, and be active in the whole team. The women's seed loan is also for the product startup. Women's product startups. So you will be eligible for 15 lakhs rupees, with the 12 months moratorium and repayment of 36 months. We have got a specific soft loan for the women. For if you are grabbing a purchase order from PSU or a government department, we can support you with 80% of the purchase order, or limited to the total of 15 lakhs. Suppose you are having received a firm order from any of the government department, then we will support you with the working capital amount. So if you suppose you got a 20 lakhs purchase order from a government department, we will cover up to 80%, or the 15 lakhs. In case of a 20 lakhs purchase order, we will be supporting you with 15 lakhs. Or if you get a 10 lakhs purchase order, we will be supporting you with 8 lakhs rupees. So you have to, you have to settle it with 1 year period, or when the client department pays you back. So the loan will be directly going to the entrepreneur, and the payment will be going to the entrepreneur only. The payment from the department is not routed to KSUM. That is another interesting aspect that we have introduced. So I would urge all the women startups to apply for the women loan if you have received any purchase order from PSU or things. So another new scheme that will be launching soon is for women is the technology licensing or transfer support. Suppose you are having a technology transfer or licensing you have done with the research and development institutes like CSR or any of the research into NIST or CDAC or kind of stuff, you can apply for this scheme. We will help you with 90% of the technology fee paid to the research entity. You might be knowing, in case of research license fee, research licensing and others, you need to pay the money for taking a license. So we can support you with 10 lakhs rupees. So we hope that we open up the applications in January. So next slide, please. So these are the main schemes that we have discussed. So innovation grant, I already explained. So for the idea prioritization and scaling up, the time is over. Right now we are, the pitching are going on. So we expect to release the money by Jan to March. So that would be the time frame for these 3 things. For R&D grant, we'll be opening up the application soon. So any of the startups who are having an R&D application can log on to our website and apply for it. And we will be publishing it very soon. So next slide. Seed fund scheme is open. You can apply through our website. So the usual time that we take is about 45 days if you have got sufficient funds. But we being a government organization, there are chances there can be delay. But anyhow, you can apply it. It's open from open till February. So any of the startups who are having a KSUM unique ID, is having a Startup India registration, and who is having a private limited LLP or OPC can apply for this fund. So before that, we are very keen about the dues thing. So you should be very clear that all the startups should have zero dues with KSUM while processing all these things. So next slide, please. This is the revolving scheme. Any of the listeners belong to SC or ST, you can directly approach KSUM and you can be a part of our Startup Dreams Incubator, which is specifically for SC/ST startups, and also can apply for our seed loan scheme. As I already mentioned, it has got no interest, zero interest, and you have to settle it with 36 EMIs. It is very mandatory that the 51% of the shareholdings belongs to SC or directors or SC founders. Startups who are in the prioritization stage, market acceleration, scaling up stage can apply for this. Next slide. This is the soft loan scheme that I have already mentioned. So I will encourage all the women entrepreneurs who have secured a firm purchase order from a PSU or a government department to apply to KSUM and get our support for this. Next slide, please. So this is the interest subsidy scheme for startup who has taken bigger spaces or in the scaling up stage. If you are in Info Park or CDAC building, or Technopark, Cyberpark, Infra Park, everywhere, if you are having more than employee of 10 employees, and if you are having a growth rate of 50 year by year 50%, or if you have raised a 150 lakhs external investment, we can support you with rent subsidy scheme. We will be supporting you with a maximum of 50% or ₹20 per square feet. And we can support only up to 10,000 square feet or 70 for a specific startup. So if you are in Info Park or a Techno Park and you have not given any rent subsidy due to the COVID time and all, you can feel free to apply for this. This is specifically for the product startup who are struggling to raise their revenues. That's all. So I will encourage all the scale-up startups to look for opportunity, to take this opportunity and to apply for the rent subsidy scheme. So Jinesh, next slide. This is a technology transfer scheme. I have already spoke about it. So any of the women startups who are trying to purchase a license from any of the research institutes can apply through us and get benefits. So we will be opening up the applications in January. Next. This is the fund of funds scheme I have spoke about. This is like I already told that we have already enrolled, enlisted 4 SEBI accredited funds like Indian Angel Network, Unicorn India, Specially Invested, and C funds. So if a startup who is having a good market potential and they are scaling up, they are having a good growth traction, then they can approach us. So Mr. Rasik, who assistant manager, is in charge of the fund of funds scheme, and every month, last Wednesday of every month, we are conducting the investor cafe at ISC building Kochi. So any of the startups looking for the VC funding can enroll for it and get it benefited. The first stage is that we will every Wednesday we are having an investor cafe where you can where an investor would come and talk to the startups. After that, we will arrange a 1-to-1 meeting with the startups, and based on that, it will take it up. So for more details, you can log on to our website and see. There are many startups coming up is enjoying benefit out of this, and we would encourage more startups, more scaling up startups to make use of this benefit. Next. So this is the final one, the Nidhi Prayas, supported by the Government of India. This is mainly for the electronics and hardware startups. Those who have not received any grants so far can approach us, then we will be opening up the applications in month of January. So for any hardware startups who are looking for to develop their prototype from idea can make use of it. So these all are the schemes that Startup Mission is having with us. So as I told, most of the schemes will take about 45 days to process and release the funds. And however, it highly depend upon the fund availability with us, we being a government organization. So these are the various contacts in case of loans, grants, subsidies, and in reimbursement. You can either contact me, or for specifically grant, it is Arun, specifically loan, it is Dinesh, and specifically patent, it is Vinod. And for fund one or equity funding, you can contact Mr. Rasik. And for Nidhi Prayas and things like that, you can contact Mr. Muhammad Fasil. So these are the basic scheme. I would encourage each startups to make use of Startup Mission schemes and get benefited by each one of us, because we are also government agencies and we look forward to support maximum number of startups across Kerala. So we will support together, and we are there for the startups for any further support. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the detailed information about KSM schemes for the companies. Now we can move on to the Q&A session. Request you to click on the raise hands option for asking questions directly. We will allow you to talk one by one. Alternatively, you may type your questions in the Q&A session as well. We will try to answer the most of the questions.
Hello.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, my question is towards the KSIDC and KFC personnel. I have applied to one of your loans maybe 1.5 years ago, but unfortunately the experience was very bad. That you are looking for first thing it was under CMEDP program. First thing that they started with there was telling that there is no collaterals. Then they asked for collaterals. Then after evaluating a lot of things, they told that they will be able to provide some kind of working capital loan, which is maybe twice the monthly revenue. What are the things that you are trying to provide to a startup who is a technology based and whose average recurring revenue from a customer is somewhere near 2,000 or 1,500 rupees or maximum of 2,000 rupees per month? So and we may not be having a purchase order from a PSU or a very big purchase order from a PSU or a very big companies. We are not a service company, but we are a product company, and we are selling technology to small and medium businesses at a monthly recurring revenue basis. So my question is like, what are these schemes to evaluate and provide a stable loan with a substantial amount so that we can scale up faster and generate more revenue? So I'm talking in my experience, which was very bad.
I would like to answer to I think you have applied under CMEDP scheme. Unfortunately, that scheme requires collateral. But the schemes which I mentioned for you particularly, I would request you to apply under startup loan scheme under productization category. So for which we do not require any collateral. You will be given a chance to present your idea. And if it is approved by the committee, you will be sanctioned the limit based on the requirement. There is no collateral involved.
Yeah, and
yeah.
sir, sorry to interrupt. When you both were talking, you were talking about loans or grants against a purchase order. So, and in our line of business, there is
Yeah,
no
understood.
purchase order.
I'll come to that. That productization scheme or that startup loan scheme does not require any confirmed purchase order. We have a specific scheme for startups which are having confirmed purchase order, but the startup loan scheme under productization, commercialization, or scaling up does not require a confirmed purchase order. That the requirement will be assessed, and based on your requirement and your presentation, the committee would be sanctioning a loan. Maximum is 1 crore, depending upon the stage at which you are in presently. If your product is ready and you are looking for scaling up, you would be getting a loan up to a maximum of 1 crore. But if your product is in idea stage, your maximum limit will be 25 lakhs. And if your product is ready and you want to commercialize it, that maximum loan will be 50 lakhs. I request Vinod to try uploading, and you can contact me. Please note down my mobile number for all the participants. I'll type my number also. My number is 9188 525193. After applying, if you feel that you are not contacted after say 2 or 3 days, you can contact either the officers I mentioned earlier, or you can contact me directly.
Definitely, thank you.
And one thing I'll just tell, one thing we were not happy about during the last year was the delay in processing. But this year, Surya Madam can also vouch to that. We are having meetings every alternate week. So maximum, if we have provided all the details, within 2 weeks, we will be called for presentation. That is our aim, and till now we have been able to do that. Every alternate week we have scheduled meetings. Okay.
Okay, I'll try my luck once again. Thank you.
Yeah.
So there is one question for KFC in the
Hello.
Q&A. This one, purchase order, project purchase order loan scheme. Will that be eligible if the customer is from outside India? And there is one more question from belongs from any other state. Can we get funds from KFC? The 2 questions. One is from.
I'll answer the second question first. One of the eligibility criteria is that the startup should be registered in Kerala and its operations. We are looking at some opportunities for our youth here. So if they are registered outside Kerala, they would you would require them to change the registered office to Kerala only then. Because all the schemes involve subvention from either government or KSU. So that requires us to lend only to firms which are registered inside Kerala. And the second question regarding the purchase order scheme, if the customer is outside India, there is no bar as such. But the thing is, we will have to take a due diligence report from Dun & Bradstreet, and the committee would take a credit decision. Since they would not be, mostly the firms outside, the entities outside India would be hesitant to execute a tripartite agreement or even to accept a purchase, means a power of attorney, specifically saying that the funds will be directly transferred to us. So that we will have to take into account, but there is no bar as such. So you can apply, and if the firm is of sufficient reputation, or the committee feels that you can be financed, that can be done. Or alternately, under startup loan, startup Kerala scheme, if not under purchase order scheme, you can be considered under Startup Kerala scheme. That can also be.
Arvindakshan sir, in KSIDC, is there any restriction to register in Kerala? Or?
You don't know, that is the basic thing. All government agencies, we insist that the company should have a registered office in Kerala. They should have the business unit in Kerala. Their services delivery, if it is in another state, there is no issue. But for the purpose of giving the seed fund loan or scale up loan, everything has to be, because this is one of the conditions, because as Ranjit clearly mentioned, this is all government funds we are using. So the state government, the state money, it is intended for creating business, creating employment, creating the contribution to the exchequer. So it is very clear. So others are, in Bangalore, there are, I've seen questions. So if it is in Bangalore, Karnataka government is the appropriate authority to consider applications.
Hi, Jinesh, can I ask?
Yeah, Jinesh, one thing which everybody is asking about the sharing of the presentation. I think for KSIDC, I have no problem. Share it.
KSM also will share.
Yeah, we will also.
Hello, can you hear me?
We will share the presentation to the participants' email.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Vishnu, tell me.
Hi. Specifically for Arvindakshan sir in the KSIDC. So I already had a couple of interactions with KSIDC regarding the startups and also all the main keyword whenever I'm speaking is the innovation, which is and mostly after the innovation, what you people are saying is that the startup should not be there in anywhere else. I mean, they have to be novel in idea. So I don't think there is something of that sort, which is most of the ideas like which have been started here as well, which is adopted from outside India or outside Kerala. So if you can relax a bit on this innovation part, and can you define more on or give more clarity on what is the innovation that you are looking into? For suppose, for example, if mine is a food delivery startup, which is delivering daily products, something similar to the Milk Basket, who is having a lot of fund in Bangalore. I've got a lot of startup fund in Bangalore. So will it be categorized as an innovative product?
So Vishnu, one thing is we are looking at, as you mentioned, my colleagues in startup division, this is the first thing they will ask, what is the innovation? See, it could be an idea or a product or a service or maybe a process, as we mentioned. But we will not be generally consider if it is elsewhere successful, that model is maybe in other states or maybe in another country. So it's only a question of time that they will be expand to different geographical locations. So therefore, generally we don't accept proposals which is basically a replica of a proposal or maybe a model happened elsewhere. So if you have something to add on, it may be a service delivery channel or maybe a different addressable market. You can always mention it. There is no need for just because of an innovative idea implemented elsewhere, but that same idea in a different form or different concept, if that is being implemented in here, so we have no issue. But most of the time, when we see is it is already successful, and then the same thing copying here, we have difficulties to accept.
So basically, what I am understood is there are a lot of even the startup what you have seen showed earlier also successful startups. Even I've seen that these startups have pivoted after the funding and maybe a higher level of funding. So they have completely changed their business. So maybe that's a possibility that after 1 or 2 years of market validation, they understood that it is not the innovation that is more important, but the market validation or whether we can address the right market. So suppose like having said that, so I mean like Flipkart, have that Flipkart has been completely replicated the model what is used by Amazon. So even my point is if we are addressing a market and we are generating quite a revenue and our market is different compared to what is there in the Bangalore or some other state market. maybe if you could consider that also as a part of funding the startup, it would be great, because a lot of I believe a lot of startups are facing difficulty in coming up with an innovation which is totally novel and which is not there with anyone else.
I don't think, because we have already considered, for example, some of the aggregating platforms which we already funded. See, aggregating platforms are already available. Everybody knows that what it is. For example, in any supply of vegetables, and one person came here. We are funded, and they are connecting with the farmers, farmers societies, and then located and cities. They are developed godowns, and then through apps they are supplying to the points. So like that, but the delivery channel, as well as they have innovation in procurement, they have innovation in delivery channels, they have innovation in addressable market. So therefore, if the process, if it is already there in the market, that innovation, so you can tell us what differentiate from your project from others. That's a problem. Most of the time we see they don't differentiate. You have to accept the fact that this is something happening already there. So last 2 days also there was some evaluation process going on. So this is something we are telling them. You tell us what makes the difference. So then definitely we can. We are not negative about of any of these things. So basically, an agency, we want startups to come up and flourish here, but we don't want you to get to the competition with others. So that
fair enough, sir. I mean, the differentiation, we can bring in,
yes,
but if it is completely a novel idea, that is where we are actually struggling.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Shanavas. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Shanavas.
I'm Shanavas. This is www.matrimore.com. We are actually a B2C platform. And actually, my question is about the KSIDCs for the loan repayment. You mentioned about the scale-up support, which is a 24-month, totally the 24-month span period. And one out of the 24, first 1 year is a moratorium. And the remaining is the 12-month for the repayment of, for example, up to 50 lakhs is eligibility, you are saying. So
No, please correct it yourself. 12 months plus 24 months. It is totally for 36 months.
That is 12 months plus
24.
1 year moratorium. That is 36 months, right?
Yes, yes. So moratorium period, there is no repayment. 24 months installment means it is plus moratorium.
Okay. That is my questions. So I clear it. Okay, thank you.
So, Dinesh.
Questions to be answered?
Hello,
Yeah, Ramesh, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so myself, Dr. Ramesh Kumar from KSCST JNT Bijara, and I am working as a scientist in the field of plant sciences. So we have some quite innovative ideas that can possibly come up into this startup scale. So my question is there any preference or schemes for production sector? So in most of the schemes or concepts, it is either service sector or like IT enabled field and so on. So what we are intending to do is on some production sectors. See, for example, this oils and fats, that's an important commercial commodity. However, we are importing more than 50% of these oils and fats while our natural resources are being neglected. So is there any, as far as we are understood, there are some innovative concepts. So as per your criteria, is this comes under startup, this plant products production sector? Is this comes under this startup as per your that innovative concept? So that's my question. This products related to oils and fats.
Dr. Ramesh, as far as KSCM is concerned, we are more into IT, hardware, electronics, or emerging technologies. But if Ranjit sir or Arvindarshan sir can answer to this.
Make it one more once more. I'm not clear
So it
about.
is one plant products. So a value-added product from plants we are intending for, like in oils. So this edible oil or biofuel or illuminating oil, so many oils are there. So we want to use our plant resources and make it a valuable product.
Okay.
So innovative concepts are there, like value addition using R&D technologies. So is it coming under this startup sector? That's my question.
See, as long as your product has got a market, definitely we can consider. So you have to tell us how this is different from conventional, because the extracts are available. So how this is different from the what is available in the market. Then now, if it is extract from plants, then you have to tell us where from you source it. This is now the biodiversity board has come in every state. Anything relating to plants, if it is from the forest produce, it's quite difficult to get it. Very recently, one proposal which we could not consider is that we are telling about that it is all get it from the forest, from tribals. But you see, the legislation under the biodiversity board, it will be very difficult. So you have to tell us whether it is naturally available from a local area. If that is the case, then it is okay. But we will encourage such products. There is no issue. We can consider as an innovation in the product category. We can consider a seed.
KFC's answer is the same. Just as Arvindarshan sir told, the innovation part you have to explain it to us, to the committee. But as far as your application part is concerned, you can apply and the decision will be taken by the committee. Okay.
See, for me, generally, I will tell you that those participants here, please, keep on trying with every institution. What is wrong with that? Because Dr. Chandra was asking whether they can approach KSIDC, KFC, sort of. You approach everyone. Who bars from there? The only thing is, if it is only seed fund, you cannot take seed fund from KSIDC and startup mission. That is not possible. But you can take seed from startup mission or scale up fund where maybe another loan from KFC for a different purpose. Maybe you are against purchase orders. So as long as the schemes are different and you are more used with other institutions, that is one thing we always check. The moment somebody comes to us, we check it up with Ranjit or with the KFC or with Jinesh, whether these people are actually some overviews or there are any issues with the other institution. So we just cross-examine between the institutions, and as long as there is no issue with that, you will get funds from institutions. So there is nothing wrong simultaneously approaching institutions and take advantage of it. See, finally, this is all government institutions. We are providing support through the government schemes. So make use of as much as possible. That would be my advice.
Jinesh, I would like to answer some queries raised in the question answer chat board.
Okay.
Basil has asked if an order is a monthly recurring order, how the loan will be sanctioned. So basically, the purchase order scheme requires either a tripartite agreement or a power of attorney approved by the work issuing authority. But if it is a monthly recurring order, I doubt whether it is possible to give such an assurance by the work issuing authority. But instead, you can be sanctioned a loan under Startup Kerala scheme, under scaling up scheme. If your order is firm and you have already started executing the order, your application can be considered under the other schemes also. So basically, you can apply and then we'll see under which scheme you will fit in. There is no means if the purchase order scheme does not fit you, we will try for the other scheme. Okay.
I think Jones Kimata is having a Jones?
Jones?
No. Joby?
Hi,
Yeah, Jones, yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so my query is on regarding on the same regarding purchase loan against the purchase order. So we had applied 1 year back. The challenge with the respect to was that we had got work order from railways, and KFC had replied to us that you would need either a tripartite agreement or a power of attorney, ensuring that the funds will go to the KFC account or whatever it is. So the challenge with that, any person sitting in railways or government institutions, they would not prefer to sign any agreements or paperwork other than the things mentioned in their GCC, general contract condition. It becomes very tedious for them to sign any other document outside what they have been assigned to sign for. So it becomes virtually impossible to get any agreement signed from the client to get this extra, I would say, power of attorney or the tripartite agreement. That is what the challenge we have faced. If any company has been successful to do that, that would be also, we could learn from that also how it has been done. But this has been one of our major challenge. We have now a couple of other government orders again from DRDO labs, government, central government institutions. But I'm afraid if I can get a agreement signed by them, that is a challenge.
See, we have sanctioned around 6 loans this year in the particular scheme, purchase order scheme. Most of the agencies are located inside Kerala. So in that case, there is no difficulty. But outside Kerala, the problem you are raising is a fact which we also agree. So, but that is the scheme. But if you are unable to procure a power of attorney or a tripartite agreement, this year we have introduced a new scheme, Startup Kerala scheme. Under that scheme, you can apply.
But my query is, can we provide us some workaround? I think the basic principle is to ensure that the work order after executing the money should get to the KFC account instead of the startup utilizing funds. So maybe if we can ensure that instead of giving companies bank account, if KFC's a bank account is given to the insurer, and if it is vetted by you, some kind of any other workarounds can be done, that this total process will become useful.
Jones, this year, due to the fact that this tripartite agreement or power of attorney is difficult for some agencies, that the sanctioning authority, that committee can waive that and ask for a commitment letter by the work issuing authority. If even that is not possible, you can opt for the Startup Kerala scheme, under which there is no such requirement, and the scaling up scheme.
But it will not be a rolling fund, right? If funds we utilize it.
No, but it will be a term loan kind of thing with a maximum repayment period of 5 years with a 12 months moratorium. So 12 plus 48. The maximum repayment period will be 5 years. You can roll the funds.
Okay.
Sir, we have 3 more queries pending. Shall we continue, or we'll take it as offline?
Jinesh, you can just take the query one by one and we'll finish it off instead of asking.
Okay. Ramanunni.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. So, thank you. Basically, it was a very informative session. And I had a question regarding the patents. So, KCM is basically supporting the patent initiative, and that's pretty happy to hear from our side. We are a company, ChargeMode startup, working on electric vehicle charging stations. So, in our segments, certifications play a crucial role in the same way as patents. So, in order to sell the devices in multiple regions, we have to get certified as per the local automotive rules, as well as the global certification requirements that IEC or SAE follows. So would there be any options for a consideration towards these certifications that can help a startup reach global markets or through the pan-India market? or something like that.
Ramanuni, what is the name of your startup? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. Our company is Charge Mode, madam.
You have been incubated with Maker Village? Yeah, I'll answer to this. For paid.
No, ma'am. We are an independent company.
Yeah, for this
We have
you can contact with Maker Village because they are helping you to get it done and get it connected for the certifications. But I don't. So far, we don't have any funding schemes for reimbursing the certifications for the certification that you have mentioned. But for ISO certifications and all, the MSME is giving grants. For having zero error or something, you can have contact with MSME guys if you have got ISO kind of certification. And for the certification that you have mentioned, so first Kerala Startup Mission doesn't have an option.
Thank you.
Girinath,
Yeah.
Girinath, Akhil, Ramesh Kumar.
Hello.
Yes, Girinath.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. So, two things. One is in par with the Dr. Ramesh mentioned. So, myself, Dr. Girnath, working with Nairo Research India, incubated at BioNest. We are also registered with the KSM and Startup India. We are mainly working on an AI platform, drug discovery platform. In fact, I approached and several discussions happened. When it comes to funding or any support, financial support, what I have heard is that we are more into product based because ours is more of a subscription based. And it's a very niche market, mainly for pharma industry within India and outside India. So what is your future plan on supporting these kinds of ventures and startups?
KSIDC said we can because of just because of your subscription model. That is, we are open for any revenue model. There is no ban for any particular thing. So as long as no, that idea is appealing and the technology, those innovation part is involved, we can consider. So please approach simultaneously to KSIDC, KFC, and Startup Mission. They are also giving the other schemes. So please do make your application and make your presentation before our evaluation committee. If it is feasible and if it is considered, definitely we will help you. We are open to the idea.
Thank you so much. So basically, this is a lab research which gets converted, basically drug, medicine. So this is a preclinical research that happens, and this platform helps us to accelerate that research. And there are plenty of these platforms available across the world.
Okay. So only thing is you will have to differentiate how yours is different. Since you said the
Absolutely.
AI model, definitely you will have something unique to your AI model. So tell us then just because of your thing is addressing to because there may be you may have the better delivery channel or maybe better pricing. So there are many differentiating things with others. So you can make a comparison who are in the market and then how differentiate. Why do you think that your product or the project will capture the market? So as long as you are confident and you can communicate it to the committee, definitely we will consider.
Thank you so much. I'll try that. Thank you.
Jinesh, കഴിഞ്ഞെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് sorry anything
last one, sir.
Sure.
Akhil Gopakumar. Akhil, can you hear me? Due to the time constraint, we can
Yes.
Hello.
Jinesh, I already given my number. I'm also just giving him my email ID also. So anybody has got any doubt or clarification, they can write to me. So I will explain to them. It is already available in the website. I think most of us, maybe the Startup Mission and the KFC, all of us do have the details in our website. So, but those who are could not get the information, or maybe if you have a specific query, they can write to us, or they can call me. Absolutely no issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Arvindakshan sir, Ranjit sir, and Surya ma'am for answering the queries from our participants. It was a really informative and detailed session regarding the various financing schemes from government agencies. I hope it was helpful for all of you, and we answered all of your doubts and queries. We will share the presentations through your email IDs. And we would like to thank you all again for joining us today for this workshop. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, Ranjit, Surya, all participants.
Thank you. I would ask all the participants to make use of all the schemes and disseminate this to all your fellow startup founders. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.